Good evening. My name is Gabe Blake. This is my presentation on Gestalt principles. Let's get right into it. So, Gestalt principles describe how we naturally organize visual information into patterns and coherent shapes. Right. This is how we make sense of the world around us and how we decipher what objects are what objects, where they're at, and tell them apart. Um, the five principles in focus, or the five laws, whatever you want to call them, are figure and ground, similarity, proximity, continuity, and closure. Law 1, figure and ground. This is when we separate objects from their background. So for my example, I have a picture of a tree in front of Hewlett, and we separate it by, identifying that the tree is in front, right? You can see the tree against the background, against the sky, against the dormitory that is Hewlett. You could also use this example for the fence in front of the grass. Law 2, similarity and prognose. This is when we group objects together that look alike or share common attributes, like color, shape, size, and texture. So for this example, I use my own closet. I keep my closet color coordinated, and this is how I decipher what shirts are what. I use color, and they're grouped together. Law 3, proximity. This is when objects are close to each other and are seen as related or grouped together. Right, so I'd say a fairly common example of this would be a trash compost and a recycling compost. Two very different things. They both serve incredibly different purposes. Yet, because they're close to each other, we group them together. And this is where we take our compost out. Law 4, continuity. This is when we prefer to see continuous, smooth lines or patterns rather than abrupt changes. So the best example I have for this were roads. Roadways, highways, freeways, parkways, right? This is a straight continuation, a straight line that helps drivers stay on path, without helping them crash. And it helps us decipher from the grass. It helps us tell what's road and what's not. Law 5, closure. This is when our minds fill in missing parts of a visual to perceive a complete object. The best example I have for this is this picture of half of a 7-Eleven logo. I feel like most people looking at just that half would be able to figure out what the rest of it is, using context clues. And, 7-Elevens all over the country. But we've seen it before, so we can put two and two together in our head. We also have the first three letters ELE with a 7, half of a 7. And a similar principle that I use that also relates to this is top-down processing. This is when our brains don't have the full picture. They can't see the entire image, and we use context clues and past knowledge to kind of create what we think it could be in our head. And this method isn't bulletproof, but it is an evolutionary trait that has carried us far and will continue to carry us far. These are my sources and citations. Thank you for watching.